Hi everybody, Chris Steps from Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio. And the sickness has hit. They are talking about this being the worst season of flu and everything else that they've seen. I know a lot of internists and other doctors that are just seeing more patients than they've ever seen. They're not getting hardly any sleep because they're constantly working with patients who are ill. And I know a lot of people are kind of timid to go out in public. I mean, it's getting to the point where I've had people call me for sessions and things. They're scared to come to the studio to work out. They're scared to go out to restaurants and eat. They're just going to kind of bottle themselves inside their house. So I'm going to go over a few tips today, some things that are really important in order to keep the viruses away and the bacteria away from you. We're not going to get into specific supplements and all that kind of stuff, but I really want to look at the foundations of what you can do in your everyday life in order to prevent illness or at least minimize your risk, which is the biggest thing. So number one is nutrition. Go figure. So nutrition, we're talking about really making sure we get in our protein, our vegetable, our healthy fat. Now the veggies are really important, and if you're eating in-season veggies, you're getting a higher dose of vitamins and minerals that can actually be beneficial to you right now, like vitamin C. So those are great things to have. Your root vegetables can be a big benefit, and they're really easy to throw into soups and stews and all that kind of good stuff. So definitely load up on those. Now probiotics is a big thing to be able to help the gut have enough healthy bacteria to fight off bad bacteria. The thing is that everybody thinks they need a supplement. Now, supplements are great. I'm not going to say that you don't. And if you've got, if you've had several rounds of antibiotics, or if you've been sick time after time after time recently, then supplements definitely are the way to go to add into what you're doing. But we've got to remember that there's lots of foods and drinks out there with probiotics in them as well. So the more we can get that into our system, the better. So we're thinking about things like kombucha teas, or kefir milks, or yogurts, or your sauerkraut, or any other fermented vegetable for that matter. All of those things will have probiotics in them. Remember that your probiotics cannot be heated. If you heat them, they will die off, but you can eat them cold or drink them cold and be able to add a little bit more into your diet. Another thing that I love is the probiotic waters that you can get with coconut water. You can actually make your own. You can get water kefir grains literally just about anywhere. You want to look for a high quality water kefir grain, and then you just continually ferment your own kefir water, and you can build probiotics that way. So keys there, really making sure that you've got a wide variety, that it's not always the same thing over and over or the same brand over and over, so that way then your body gets as many different strains as possible. So that's where kind of, if we think about supplements, a lot of people think about illness and they start to take all their vitamin C and they start to go crazy with all these things. Well, that's great. We need supplements. We need to a point. If you're missing them out of your diet, then you might need them. But your body's not going to absorb them as well as they do food. So food always comes first. Really make that plentiful. And then if you need an extra kind of a band-aid, if you will, to fill a gap, then you pull that supplement in to help out. Extra vitamin C can be helpful, but not after the onset of something. So after the onset, you're pretty well done for, unless you're using your vegetables, your garlic, your onion, those kinds of foods to go with your illness. Then that can help you to get done with it a little bit sooner. There's a lot of good products out there, but if you start that vitamin C just because you get sick, typically that doesn't always shorten the duration of what you've got. So number two would be exercise. We've got to watch out on this, because if you are constantly getting ill, or you've been ill lately or recently, then you don't want to exercise too hard. We need to make it more of a moderate level. Really focus on kind of finding that even balance for your body of what's not too hard and what's not too easy, just right there in the middle. If you start coming down with something, we need to lighten that load quite a bit, and then once you're well again, you can bring it right back up. Now, a lot of people, again, are concerned about going to gyms and things like that. So if you're going to a typical gym, then I would say definitely take some sanitizing wipes or something that you can wipe down all the machines and the equipment before you use it. I know that some people feel like they might look a little odd doing that, but trust me, it's in your best interest. You can wipe them all down before you use them, wipe them down again before you leave. That would be the polite thing to do. Here at the studio, we're a smaller facility, so we're actually able to do that for our clients and wipe everything down and keep it all clean. But we actually go a step further and offer virtual workouts. So maybe the gym's not right for you. Maybe you need something where you can do more of a video-based workout. So whether you're doing group videos at home that you're purchasing month to month, or whatever you're doing there, or if you have a setup kind of or are interested in having a personal trainer who can coach you from a distance, then you can stay at home with your own equipment, not have to get out to the germy gyms, and not have to worry about getting sick or anything. So that's a possibility too. So number three is hydration. If we're not staying fully hydrated, then we really are not able to remove toxins from the body as well as we could otherwise. So we want to stay hydrated to remove those toxins. It's also going to help our body to keep working and functioning at 100%, whereas dehydration starts to slow everything down and takes us down to where our immune system is actually weakened. That is one other point that I wanted to make on exercise, is if you exercise too hard, you actually will lower your immune system during your workout, so you are more likely to pick something up or to allow something to incubate better. So we want to definitely moderate that workout. All right, so then we've got sleep as number 4, which is a top priority. So these top 4, there's really no negotiating. There's none that, this one's more important than this one. You've got to have all 4 of them in order to make it work. So sleep is when your body does its best work. It's when it's not being asked to do anything else. So when you're awake and you're focusing and you're moving and you're constantly asking the body, do this, now do this extra and do this extra, and keep going all through the day. Well, it's sleep. It just gets to do its job. So if you've done well eating well, and you've done well hydrating yourself, and you've exercised, then your body's going to have everything it needs to be able to rejuvenate, replenish itself, to rebuild itself, and to fight off any invaders that it's got. So those are some key things to watch out for. Now, again, it's not that that hiding is going to do any good, really, because you're still being affected by those that you see that are coming and going. So definitely want to build your immune system by following healthy nutrition and hydrating and sleeping so that you can be ready to go. Now, there are a few supplements that definitely can help, like we talked about the vitamin C and things like that, and that's something that as a training studio we're able to better help people with whenever they are meeting with us. But even just your multivitamin, having that as a backup is definitely a key factor there. A lot of people just are not getting the vegetables in that they need or the fruits in that they need, and so whenever you don't do that, you end up short on your vitamins and minerals. That really leaves your immune system working with very little to work with. So I hope you got something good out of today. Now go and find a way to be healthy, and for goodness sakes, quit getting sick. We'll talk to you soon.